There's a new American gangsters, cause we speak bold, give no fuck about the haters. It can take freedom from a cold dead hands, we're locked in low for the last dance. Cause there's a new American gangsters, ready to die for this land.
This is a little more straight than that. Real gender.
Ready to die for this land.
Tax collectors are doing a little extra collecting on the side, and there's a few school counselors who may need a little additional counseling in the next few weeks. The election is over and America has spoken, but so is Memphis. We're going to unpack all of it tonight because, good Lord, the news did not stop just because Trump won. That being said, before we get started, please head on over to midtnkirby.com. Now, Kirby has been around for 100 years, and it has been made in America that entire time. When I say 100 years, it's actually been in business for 110 years. It does everything from cleaning your floors to cleaning your windows to unclogging drains. It'll shampoo carpets, clean the mattress. It truly is the absolute best piece of equipment that I have ever worked with. I've been in hundreds and hundreds of houses. A Dyson doesn't have anything on a Kirby. You can go over to midtnkirby.com. We also offer service if you have an existing Kirby, and our email's there. There's a button you can click right here to preview one today. We believe that you deserve to preview a system in your home before you purchase one. That's why we come to your house, show you how it works, and this is how we support the show. So once you get finished scheduling your preview of the new Avalier Platinum, head on over to Facebook, and there you can check out A State of Creative. Now, A State of Creative has high-quality, gently used furniture like that sectional here, but it's fully restored. You have to take a look at this Porter chair that they just finished doing. It's absolutely gorgeous. Whether you're looking for sectionals or sleepers, they deliver. Just tell them that the Patriot Punk sent you. You'll get an extra $50 off your purchase. That is A State of Creative over on Facebook. And once you've finished picking your wife out that beautiful new couch, head on over to the patriotpunknetwork.com. There you can check out our latest episodes of the Patriot Punkcast. I've actually recorded a message for everyone. Trump's victory is only the beginning. I'd appreciate it if you would watch that. You can report corruption. You can look at some of our other funny videos. And if you feel so inclined, and I hope that you do as we enter this new age of media and news sites, as we know, most people don't trust the mainstream media, but without an alternative, we're stuck with them. So consider helping us out, whether it's $5, $3. If everyone watching this show contributed just $1 a month, we would be able to expand the network and do more open records requests, more investigations. So smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and if you're watching over on Facebook or YouTube, we are basically going to cover our first story, and then we're going to axe it off. So you're not going to get to see any of the real fun liberal overreactions. Head on over to X or Rumble. There we can have uncensored conversations and have a little bit more fun. Before we get started, joining me in this endeavor is my good friend and podcast buddy, Daniel Wagner.
Hey, am I on?
You are on.
Is this thing working? What's going on, Chase?
Not a whole lot, sir. How are you feeling after this?
I'm feeling great. Except when you told me yesterday, you said, "Hey, you were talking about the show today," and I'm like, "Holy crap! Tomorrow is Sunday." I had no idea that the week had gone by so fast. Ever since the election and whatnot, this week has been insane with the amount of stuff coming out and the projects going on and everything else. So,
it's I'll tell you, it's been crazy, and I know that Bitcoin and all the crypto markets are loving the idea of a Trump presidency. So
absolutely. As far as I understand, this is the most crypto-friendly government we've ever had. Every single state almost has some kind of a pro-crypto candidate that was elected. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, well, I think crypto might be the bridge between political gaps. I'm really also excited because today is the 249th birthday, I believe, and I'm sure he'll correct us if I'm wrong, of the United States Marine Corps, and we have a United States Marine here with us tonight to discuss all of the news. So if you want to go ahead and bring in our special guest, Joe Padilla. How are you, Joe?
Hey, how are y'all doing?
Doing well. It's been a long time since you've been on the show. Just tell everybody who you are, what you do, and just so that they kind of know who you are before we get into all this discussion.
Okay. Well, my name is Joseph Padilla. I live in Mountain Juliet. I was in the Marine Corps for 20 years. I retired in 2018. I'm currently on the Wilson County School Board for Zone 4, which is the greater Mountain Juliet area. And hey, I'm just someone that I love my God, I love my country, and I'm willing to fight for it. You know, we have the Marine Corps birthday today, 249th, and then tomorrow we have Veterans Day, and I really take to heart what when it's time for me to go and I meet these old timers in heaven. I want to make sure to look them in the eye and say I didn't make their sacrifice not worth it. We are definitely trending in the wrong direction, but after a great week, I mean, think November 5th, the election, then we got the Marine Corps birthday and Veterans Day. It's been a beautiful week, and thank you for having me on, sir.
Absolutely. I'm sure you got a big grin on your face after all the winning we've been doing. Are you tired of winning yet?
No, we the school board, school board, we won. It's just. I don't want to say it's puzzling because we should have been winning for a long time. So I think that's why it's so sweet, is because we've kind of self-inflicted losses here locally and state and federal. And it's time, I think, that things are being corrected. So yes, we're going to keep smiling and we're going to keep putting in the work to winning, and we're not going to sit on our hands.
That's exciting to hear. So I want to get into this first story, and it involves a UT professor, University of Tennessee, who recently went viral. And no, it is not going viral because they were crying about the election. Okay, those videos are later on. But we have a social media professor who got millions of views for a social media video. First off, I have to see if you have seen the video. And if not, can you play it for us real quick, Daniel? I think it's embedded a little bit further in the thing. I don't know if we'll have the sound, but we can still watch it. So
we'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yep.
Jesus cannot be looked down on.
Hard to tell.
I will be the night that I will fall for you again.
For those of you just listening, what he's actually doing is he's lecturing in front of a big class. And will you mute that? Thank you. He notices a student sleeping, so he kneels down in front and starts like serenading him with emo.
I don't know where it's coming from. Okay, I got it. It was the other tab. We got it.
He ended up getting, 57 million views. Have you seen this video, Joe?
Yes, sir.
I have to.
Love it.
What did you think when you saw it? Like initial reactions? Well,
it's one is looking at the students who are falling asleep in his class. So I'm wondering, is he not exciting or? But after hearing him sing, you had to have an interesting class, and definitely a good tactic. I mean, when I look at him, it's funny because he kind of looks like Sam Kinison. You remember back to school, Sam Kinison was yelling at students when he was a professor, but no, I loved it.
So what would you say if I told you it was all staged?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Nope. So it turns out that this is a professor of social media at the University of Tennessee. And he came up with the idea during fall break and decided that he was going to record it and put it on the internet. Now he claims he didn't expect it to go viral, but
he said he didn't expect it to go that viral.
Yeah.
He figured it'd be popular, but not that popular.
Yeah. Well, but so my thing is I want you to think about this. That entire room of students you just saw was a room of students being lectured on how to use social media. And part of one of their lessons was obviously staging a video.
Deception.
It was a form of deception. Now, don't get me wrong. it was harmless. It's hilarious, actually. I think I love the emo nostalgia feel. I mean, that's I think there's a bunch of people in my age group that probably grew up on that music, and it's exciting because I think there was a story when I was a kid that the teacher would kick the bottom of the desk when a kid was on it. You know, football coach or something would. Now they'd go to jail if they did that. But
Yeah.
while I wanted to ask, what would happen if this had been a and for the record, you're here in your personal capacity,
Oh
correct?
yeah, I just forgot to make that statement, but yes, I am here as Joseph Padilla, the lover of this country and willing to fight for it. Not the I don't represent the Wilson County School Board or the Wilson County school system. So these are all my views and
Yep.
my thoughts. But yeah,
I don't normally feel the need to make that disclaimer, but I've seen the ringer that they've tried to put you through.
Mhm.
So,
Yes.
I do. What would happen if that was a teacher at, like, you know, at a school system under you guys? Would that if that's how they disciplined a sleeping student and a mom called?
You know, in this position, there's always polar opposites of how people react to things. And you know, I guess if this teacher was liked, I think, by the administration, then this would be okay. If they weren't liked by the administration, there could be some problems.
You mean
But-
there's politics in the school system? I've never heard that.
Well, you know, yes, there's. It's when you're dealing with people, you're dealing with emotions, and you see everybody has, you know, it's their playbook about implicit biases. But you know, if someone were to send that to me, you know, you have to ask, you know, why were they sleeping in class? You know, what other action would you like to see taken? You know, I applaud a teacher for thinking outside the box. I mean, I like teachers that think outside the box, but yeah, I don't know. Some would have a problem with it, and some would think it was innovative.
Yeah, I think that's why it was so believable, is because, you know, it doesn't matter how exciting you are, man. Students come falling asleep in class all the time.
Yes.
Partly because they're not getting enough sleep as it is. So, you know, there's nothing really a teacher can do at a certain point. But I mean, I get the idea. I just recently heard a social media expert recently was saying, hey, if you want to get anywhere on social media nowadays, you kind of have to be a little cringy, a little ridiculous. You got to kind of do, you know, because that's what gets the attention, is the things that are outside the norm. And if it's just, you know, three guys on a podcast, you know, in Middle Tennessee, you know, sometimes we got to do ridiculous stuff like wear a purple wig to get the attention. Like
Yes.
Yeah, or spike your hair in a
like your hair.
in a
So yeah,
mohawk.
just had to be something a little different, something a little outside the norm for people to even, you know, think twice about looking at your content. So I mean, I don't have an issue with it one way or another. I don't know.
And I think just one quick thing too is you know, the big thing is these cell phones in classrooms. You know, it's kind of hard to police, you know, when they're being used not in a good way, when you have teachers or professors showing this example. You know, so if you have teachers making TikToks in the classroom or videos in the classroom, and how you gonna punish a student when they start doing the same thing? So just something to consider, you know.
Yep. And in that case, it's probably a little different because it's a social media class.
Yes. Yes.
No one was surprised to see a video taken
Yeah.
inside a class.
Yes.
I think your phone might be required materials for the class, to be honest.
Yes.
Can you?
But honestly, that goes back to your point about, you know, students sleeping in class, Joe. How you were talking about, you might want to ask the teacher, you know, what's going on? How come the kids are so bored in your class? I mean, quite frankly, if you can't compete with a smartphone, you probably don't need to be a teacher anyway.
You're right.
And
You're
that's
right.
challenging. That is.
I mean,
it's
instead of
tough.
trying to police the phone, you know, actually, you know, be interesting. Because I'm sorry, there was a few classes we didn't have the cell phones back then, but there's a few teachers that I had that there's no damn way I'm looking at my smartphone. I'm paying attention. That dude is interesting.
Yeah, it's. I think this is a little off subject, but I think we've taken the step of education wrong. It's gone too much into being talked at by people and not being engaged. You know, just an abstract idea, but you know, people learn when they do work for themselves. Imagine a class, and you can't do this with little kids, obviously, or a teacher who is like, okay, I need someone to find me this. And everyone then, as part of the lesson, jumped to their phone to find the information. That would probably be better real life experience in certain applications than going over Murphy's Law or Cole's Law. Have you guys ever heard of Cole's Law?
Just don't. Just don't.
It's thinly sliced cabbage. Okay, so I
wasn't even going to let you have that punchline.
Yeah. So if you were watching over on Facebook or YouTube, we are about to hop on over and talk about the Memphis the shooter gun referendum thing. I don't know what words I'm allowed to say over there. So hop on over to Rumble or X. We're going to talk about that. And we're also going to look at some of the deranged liberal videos that are going around and making all of us laugh. So we appreciate you watching, but go on over to the Patriot Punk Network on Rumble and you will find us over there. So while we're waiting on everyone to do that, this is a good time to